Hey folks, gather around. It's time to bid farewell to some of our favorite Macy's stores. Yes, you heard it right, Macy's is closing more stores in 2025. It's honestly shocking, I know. It's like finding out that the Queen of England is actually just a very convincing cardboard cutout, or that Guy Fieri's hair is actually a natural phenomenon like a double rainbow, but on a head. And look, I know what you're thinking. John Juan, why are we talking about this on a supposedly humorous YouTube channel? Well, my friends, sometimes the only way to cope with the slow, agonizing death of the American department store is to laugh. Because let's be honest, crying just gets mascara all over your sensible, reasonably priced shoes, the kind you probably bought at Macy's. So join me as we take a humorous look at the top 5 stores that are shutting their doors. We'll pour one out for the fallen, or at least discreetly sip a Diet Coke while thinking about it. It's gonna be cathartic, I promise. First up, we mourn the loss of Macy's Herald Square, the flagship store in New York City. This place was to retail what the Empire State Building is to pointing out landmarks in cheesy romantic comedies. It was iconic. Tourists flocked there, locals grumbled about it, and yet somehow, we all secretly loved it. This was the Macy's that had it all. 1,000 floors of merchandise, escalators older than time itself, and enough perfume counters to make your eyes water from across the street. It was a labyrinthine monument to consumerism, and frankly, I'm going to miss getting lost in it. So pour one out for Macy's Herald Square. Or, just quietly whisper goodbye, old friend, as you walk past its soon-to-be empty storefront. Whatever feels right. Next, we travel west to San Francisco, where Macy's Union Square is bidding farewell. This store had it all: a prime location, a beautiful building, and absolutely zero chance of survival in a city now dominated by tech giants and their even gianter wallets. Look, I'm not saying that the tech bros pushed Macy's out of Union Square, but let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Zuckerberg showed up to the closing sale in a hoodie and khakis, offering to buy everyone a $5 latte with their tears. So, as the fog rolls in over the Golden Gate Bridge casting a melancholy shadow over the city, let us remember Macy's Union Square for what it was: a valiant soldier in the retail wars, ultimately felled by the relentless march of progress, and possibly a rogue algorithm. Chapter 3. Macy's State Street, the Windy City loses its lungs of retail. Now let's head to the Midwest, where Macy's State Street in Chicago is preparing for its final curtain call. This store was a Windy City institution, a place where generations of Chicagoans went to shop for everything from back-to-school clothes to wedding registries. It was like the Sears Tower of shopping, imposing, slightly dated, and always there. Except now, it's not going to be there anymore. Which is sad, like really sad. So, as the wind whips through the streets of Chicago, let us remember Macy's State Street for what it was: a retail titan, a beacon of consumerism, and a really great place to find a bargain on winter coats. Chapter 4. Macy's Downtown Crossing gone Beantown. Next stop, Boston, where Macy's Downtown Crossing is throwing in the towel, presumably one with a very high thread count. This store was a Boston landmark, a place where you could find everything from discounted Red Sox merchandise to overpriced designer handbags. It was a microcosm of the city itself: historic, charming, and just a little bit confusing to navigate. And now, like a lobster roll in July, it's gone too soon. So, as the Freedom Trail falls silent, or at least as silent as it gets when surrounded by tourists, let us remember Macy's Downtown Crossing for what it was: a retail institution, a beacon of consumerism, and a really great place to find a bargain on a new pair of boat shoes. Chapter 5. Macy's South Coast Plaza, sun, sand, and store closures. Finally, we head to sunny Southern California, where Macy's South Coast Plaza is saying aloha to its customers, because saying goodbye would just be too depressing in such a beautiful location. This store had it all: palm trees, sunshine, and a clientele that probably never even noticed it was struggling because they were too busy being fabulous. And now, like a tan that fades too quickly, it's gone. So as the sun sets over the Pacific Ocean, let us remember Macy's South Coast Plaza for what it was: a retail oasis, a beacon of consumerism, and a really great place to find a bargain on a new swimsuit. And there you have it, folks. The top 5 Macy's stores that are closing in 2025. It's the end of an era, but hey, at least we still have the memories. And online shopping, because let's face it, while we may mourn the loss of these brick-and-mortar giants, we're all still going to be clicking add to cart at 3 a.m. when we should be sleeping. The The convenience is just too tempting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Macy's moments in the comments below.